Hello and welcome back to Realm of Thrones, and we're here at one of the final Dothraki fiefs. Now, of course, we're going to be attempting to take this one, because this one is the deepest into their territory as far as I can tell. Otherwise, we do have Meereen to take, and we also have, I can't remember the other town, alright? I can't remember the other town name, but there are only two. There are only two other towns. Even Fort Hall is also under siege, by the way. We're not going to be able to do anything with that, unfortunately. That is just how it's going to be. We're too far away to be able to do anything at all. We can only hope that the army over there that we have at the moment is actually going to do something. Maybe they'll defend it or whatever, you know. Maybe they'll actually do something rather interesting. I highly doubt it, but you never know. Maybe they will. So, I did actually look. There is a 500 strong army of ours. I have no idea who's actually leading it. It must be one of the, I don't know, random clan members that has joined us as a result of us creating so many additional vassals. And yeah, apparently they're the ones that are leading this particular charge towards the Westerosi factions. And we're going to see. We're going to see what happens, because obviously we have... Oh, wait a minute. Hello. Oh, yes. Look at that. Yeah, loads of Dothraki literally getting absolutely murdered right there. Perfect. Really, really nice to see that. Oh yeah, by the way, obviously the cash that I have right here, I literally just went to all of the towns that were in range of me as I was traveling along here, making sure that I could just get as much cash as possible. Obviously, sell until 0. That mod is literally saving my life right now, because all I have to do is just press D. I just have to press D when I'm in the marketplace, and that's it. As soon as I press that, instantaneous cash enters our pocket, and then we are, you know, infinitely fine, basically. And you know what? You know what I'm actually gonna do? I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna cheap this out. We're gonna cheap this out right here. We're gonna cheap this out so hard by literally doing this. Boom. Instantaneous victory right there. And we got some Unsullied. Look at that. We got some Unsullied to actually join us. That's cool. Or I like that. I like that. Alright, so we'll otherwise just take all the prisoners, and we'll let these guys' troops go to our various vassals and things like that, because they're right with us, as you can tell. So they're going to take these guys. We'll take the loot, of course. We're going to try and make as much money as possible here. And let's go and actually ransom all these guys as well. There we go. Yeah, it's really, really easy to ransom these guys too, which is super, super nice. And there you go. Done. And now, unfortunately, yeah, we're a little bit over the limit, but really, really cool. 16 of them want to join us. So let's recruit all of those. That's going to be another little bit of morale right there. A little bit unfortunate, actually, that we are having a couple of issues with morale. Not sure why that is. It's probably because I don't have a huge amount of variety in terms of my food situation, as you can see. For some reason, I have so... Why do I have so much, like, trade goods? Why do I have so many trade goods? That is kind of weird. It's not really my intention to have so many trade goods, but I guess we should just sell a couple of things, and then we'll move on. And, yeah, you can see here, all of these flags and banners and standards and stuff like that. They actually sell for a significant amount. So if you can get your hands on a bunch of these, you're going to have a great time. It's going to be really nice and easy to make some extra cash that way. And yeah, there we go. All right, we're going to be... Really? 32,000? 32,000? That's actually pretty insane. Okay, so let's just sell this. 89,000 total, and we're going to be getting no trade skill. Oh, okay. Apparently no trade skill, because I obviously didn't purchase these. But yeah, this is what we're currently looking like right now, as you can see right here. I did manage... I actually didn't take this. I didn't take this particular town. I think that was Thoron's army. And, yeah. Obviously, we do have 2 other armies next to us as well. So even Fort Hall is probably going to get taken. Yep, as you can see, for some reason I can see... How can I see this? Very strange that I can see that. Usually, you're not able to see information from that far away. I can't see Storm's End, so that's a bit weird. I guess I can see our own allies or something like that. Can I see Winterfell? Yeah, I can see Winterfell too. Alright, okay. I see, that's how it works. Alright, well, whatever the case, we're going to move on to Meereen and Yunkai. Yunkai is the other fief that I couldn't remember the name of. And yeah, hopefully my armies will come along with us. That would be nice. Unfortunately, I only have 30 days worth of food. So what I will have to do is, I think I might... Ooh, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to actually make a brief stop over here. I highly doubt they have any food. Alright, so we're choosing the owner of the newly conquered town. I think we're going to give it to this guy. I actually wanted to give it to Brienne, amusingly enough. I actually wanted to be on the ticket here and give it to myself, and then give Brienne ownership of that so that she could become a vassal of ours. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case, so I think what we're probably going to have to do is, if we are not on the ticket for these last two fiefs, we're going to have to make Brienne a vassal in Westeros itself. And that might actually be pretty cool. I'm not sure how that's really going to work, but yeah, we might be able to make that work. I don't know, maybe it will be useful in some way or another. But yeah, as you can see, most of these guys are literally... Oh, okay, we have something under siege here from the Vale. Ah, yes, the Vale. They are our mortal nemesis, aren't they? They are literally our mortal nemesis in this particular series, for some reason. I actually don't know why that is, but they have literally been one of the most egregious thorns in our side that I have seen in recent memory. It's actually quite staggering how incredible they've been, to be honest, in regards to their aggression. They really are right on us. As soon as they declare any kind of diplomatic solution, whether that be, you know, war or well, shall we say war, then they just go for us. They just go for us and go for our fiefs extremely quickly. And I guess that is actually a pretty good testament, to be honest. That's a pretty good testament to how extremely effective they in actuality are, you know, because you think about it, usually the AI, they're not very good most of the time. Sometimes they're super on point, like the Vale is right now, and other times they are snoozing on the job. And these guys clearly are not. So, yeah, pretty impressive. If they do manage to take that, then that's absolutely fine. There is actually another thing under siege over there. Kind of hoping that some of my armies are going to do something. I mean, I wouldn't mind if one of these guys would... yeah, this guy's coming over to try and help me. I'm not going to auto-resolve at Meereen, by the way. I'm not going to auto-resolve here. I personally don't see the reason for that. But there is one good reason why we wanted to auto-resolve it, and that is just purely because I do not want a peace agreement from the Dothraki to come through, because otherwise I'm going to have to spend another 1700 influence or something like that. And it would be nice if we could finish up here with these guys before anything like that happens. Is this guy actually going to get here in time? How far away is he? Yes, see? Look at it. There it is. There's the peace agreement. There's the peace agreement. Ah, yeah. No, there's no way. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. There is no way. No way. Not in a million years, thank you very much. I am going to just go in, though. I am just going to go in. This is going to be fun. I don't know how it's going to go, because I have never seen the inside of Meereen ever before when it comes to sieges. I don't think I've ever done a siege versus it in Realm of Thrones. I have... mostly, if I have played in this region, I've mostly been playing with House Targaryen, which of course means that Meereen is under their control. So let's see how it goes. Hopefully we're going to be okay. We've obviously got a bunch of giants, and yes, let's just raise our shield and go into battle. Actually, wait a minute. We've got a bunch of archers that I could potentially kill here. Nice. Nice, there we go, and yeah, my archers are absolutely destroying them immediately. What we're going to have to do, though, is, well, I was actually kind of hoping to get inside a little bit easier. There we go, there we go. Oh, yes, here we go. We're actually panicking them right now. Very surprising, actually, that they're panicking. Not sure why they would be, considering. Okay, we're just going to raise our shield here. Going to make sure these guys don't have any idea of what's going on. That guy literally just had his thrown weapon out the whole time. I'm not sure why that was. He was thinking to himself, oh yes, I will use my thrown weapon. It's basically me, you know. That fellow is basically me at this point, because I'm like, oh yes, thrown weapons. They're the bane and indeed the joy of my existence at the same time, for some reason. Yes, every single time, you know? Every single time I create a character, I'm like, are we going to use thrown weapons? Are we going to use thrown weapons? And then I think to myself, no, we're not going to use thrown weapons. And then in the end, I actually end up, you know, yes, using them to some degree. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. Oh, that was a nice hit. Look at that. We got 150 throwing skill from that. Funnily enough, we only have 2 points in control. Just bear that in mind. That's pretty awful. So, leveling up throne skill, not going to be particularly good. However, it's going to be good enough. Funnily enough, look at this. Me not using two-handed, surprisingly not taking any damage. Who would have expected that, right? Who would have expected that? A literal guy going into battle with a shield lives longer than one that doesn't. And there is the victory for us. I basically didn't get any other kills because couldn't find anyone, basically. Yeah, there you go. 17 kills we got. Obviously not an extravagant amount or anything like that, but we did get to see the inside of the castle, town, whatever, and we actually had a great time. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to let these guys go. Actually, wait a minute. I didn't want to take that guy prisoner. I'm just going to let the other one go, I guess. And we'll just take all these. There we go. And then we're going to go into the tavern, and obviously I'm going to need to rush here, okay? So I'm not sure if we're actually going to make it in time, but I will have to rush over to Yunkai, because if I can manage, and this is going to be a bit of a feat in itself, but if I can manage to capture this before the peace agreement comes through, we will effectively eliminate the Dothraki from contention immediately. And we won't have to worry about any kind of influence payment or anything like that. Although, to be fair, I'm not sure whether it really matters at this point. Because, you know, we are swimming in influence as it is. Let me actually see where this town is. It's all the way over here. So the Vale have literally traveled across into Essos. And they are now... wow, I'm actually very surprised. And look at this. They're even going up here. Wow. Okay, yeah, we will have. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna destroy them. I am gonna absolutely destroy them. You mark my words. You mark my words. We have to do it. We have to destroy the Vale. And well, House Baratheon isn't even really that much of a problem, to be honest, in comparison. Okay. They really grind my gears. That's all I can say. Oh, look at that. We're actually getting. Yeah, we're actually getting Meereen, so we can give that to Brienne. Alright, so you know what we're going to do is we're actually just going to force through the, you know, rejection, I guess you can kind of call it. And yeah, we're just going to literally do that just so we can, you know, take a little bit of extra time with dealing with the Dothraki. We don't really want to go super hard against them right now, except if we were behind them. But we're not. We are well in front of them right now, and they are looking to penetrate us and our defenses very, very much, and that's the whole point. That's what you know, that's what they want to do. Of course, that's what they want to do. Unfortunately, we're not going to let them do that, you know, for their sake, and maybe for ours a little bit. But the fact is, this is the final fief. We need to make sure we take this. We need to make sure we take this with super, super small amounts of casualties, so that we can then give the Vale exactly what they desire, which is, of course, our wrath. We need to completely provide them with as much retribution as we possibly can. Oh yeah, actually, I completely forgot about this. I completely forgot about our wife. That is so funny. She's staying at Valon-Theris. Okay, that is, you know what? You know what? Okay, no, I can't call for her right now, but I am going to call for her in between sieges. So, for example, as soon as we're done with this siege, I'm going to call for her right now. I completely forgot that we had one. I don't know why. I've been meaning... That's the funny thing. Every single episode, you know, since we married, I have been meaning to call her to our army so that we can, you know, start doing things, as it were. And, you know, it would be nice if we could get an heir so that at least I won't have to worry super, super badly about Elias being... I'm not going to say it, alright? Not going to say it, just in case. Just in case. You never know. You never know. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that guy's traveling there. This army literally just... no, oh, no, they are just leaving completely. All right, okay, that's not particularly good. Yeah, and that is obviously under siege. That is one of ours. Not great. Locke is apparently doing a tournament. Okay, I'm not entirely sure if I agree on that course of action, Locke, but... Well, apparently we need him to lock in. Yes. We need him to lock in a little bit more than he is at the moment. You know, this is what I will always be rather confused about. And obviously this is not exactly, you know, rocket science or anything like that. I don't need to, you know, have a super complicated calculation or, you know, algorithm or anything like that to be able to be like, oh yes, that's the reason why they're doing that. No. But what I'm actually referring to is vassals raiding villages that we are just about to capture. I always find that extremely weird because I mean, just think about it, okay? We are in a siege at the moment, right? We're in a siege to capture the very town that these villages are attached to. And the vassal thinks that it's a good idea, for some reason, to go and raid the village that we are just about to capture. So they are inherently reducing our future earnings. That's why I think to myself, what? What kind of logic is that? That doesn't make any sense, you know? I mean, I understand the reasoning, as I said, you know, beforehand. I understand the reasoning behind it. I understand why they're doing it. They're doing it because they think that reducing the enemy's economy is a good and sound plan. And yes, it is, you know, it is. It is a good idea. However, this is obviously the big however here. Why would you destroy something you're just about to take for yourself? It's literally like, I don't know, buying a car and vandalizing it before you've signed the papers. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean? It's a bit strange. But yeah, that's always what has confounded me. I don't know, every single time I see that. I mean, I understand, as I say, I understand the reasoning, but they do that consistently. I'm gonna die here, I think, probably. Yeah, they do that relatively consistently, and I always just go, what are you doing, you imbecile? You know, there's no need to do that. The 100% better thing to do would be to help me faster, to come to my aid much quicker in the actual siege itself. And then we can, you know, capture it, and the village is going to be completely fine. The, you know, prosperity and the irrigation bonuses and so on and so forth that we're going to be getting from the village are going to be extremely, so much better. And we're going to have to be a little bit careful here. Okay, hello there. Nice. Whoa, that was a nice slash if ever I saw one. Usually I'm not able to get those kinds of slashes, but very nice this time around. Am I going to die here? Yes, I think I am. Or not? I'm alive! I'm alive! This guy's got a shield still. Why is he still got a shield? I don't know. Okay, there we go. This guy's going to be easy enough. There we go. Yeah, this fellow is literally still alive. He's being the most difficult to eliminate fellow I have ever seen. A free folk armsman. Well, at least it wasn't a legsman. Because then he's got, you know, yeah, legs to sell us, I guess, or something like that. Anyway, weird references notwithstanding, we're going to actually make sure that we don't have any issues here by swathing? No, by cutting a swathe through the opponent. And by that I mean randomly swinging away. Ah, here we go. This is perfect. Haha, yes. Until we find exactly where we need to go, which is exactly here. And we're just going to be doing as much damage as we possibly can. I'm just trying to max out my one-handed skill, basically. Just trying to max that out a little bit more. Because our two-handed skill is completely 100% maxed out. Oh, look at that. Daenerys is actually getting a couple of kills. I'm surprised. I didn't know she was good in terms of combat skills. I thought she was mostly a commander-type unit. So it's pretty cool. to actually see her name on the scoreboard, as it were. And there she is. Look at that. You can make her out in... Wow, look at that. That is... covered in blood. Well, she's covered in the blood of her enemies. That is to be expected, I suppose, from the Mother of Dragons. Okay, so 47. Look at that. 47 kills we just got. Very nice. Personally, that is. That's not bad. That's not bad, if I do say so myself, considering we were using one-handed, and I wasn't really, you know, trying super hard to, you know, do those things. So, yeah, pretty nice. Let's just take the Corsairs in there with us. There we go. And, yeah, we're just going to let them go. We are literally just going to let them go. I might try to... I'm not sure if we're actually going to... Oh, Jorah. Jorah is there. Okay, that's actually super nice. You know the reason why that's super nice? Because what we can actually do is we might be able to persuade him to join us. That would be amazing. I think he is... I think he is separate. Right? I don't think he has a kingdom that he has allegiance to at the moment, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, there you go. The Dothraki have now been eliminated, and technically, if we don't think about what the Vale is currently doing, technically, we have total ownership over over Essos, as it is. So I'm very, very pleased about that. Now let's just wait a minute. Let's just see what actually happens right here, because Brienne obviously has the potential to become a vassal now. So first of all, let me just go here, ransom these guys real fast. And yeah, we're just gonna get rid of all these. We do have some Tyroshi in there as well, but there's only a handful, so we don't really need to worry about it too much. And there we go. Alright, so this is what it's currently looking like. As you can see, the Dothraki have been eliminated. We have basically everyone completely destroyed. And indeed, we are now going to be making... Yeah, look at that. They took even Fort Hall. That is not going to remain the way that it is. You can mark my words. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Oh, yes. They did declare war on us. I forgot about that. Yeah, so House Baratheon has declared war against us once more. I mean, it is to be expected, I suppose, isn't it? Now, let's see what happens here. Oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna call Columbia to our side. Hopefully she will join us relatively quickly. And the owner of Yunkai is hopefully going to be me. Yes, it is. And I am then going to be giving that to Brienne. And I'm going to be making her into a vassal. And hopefully she'll do a very, very good job. So let's actually just speak to her right now. There we go. I can't speak to her while we're inside the fief. Okay, that is weird. I don't know why that's not possible, but there you go. Okay, I wish to reward you for your services, and I will now give you. I actually have a whole bunch of different fiefs, surprisingly enough. I will give her Meereen. There we go. Yes. I have no idea what her clan name should be. Oh dear. You know what? Let's just go with Tarth. I mean, come on. We can't? Oh, there's already... Of course, there's already... Yeah, see, that's the point. We can't do that. Because there is already a clan with that name. And that's actually rather amusing, considering the fact that even Fort Hall has just fallen, right? So, we are going to need to capture that and then give it to her, if we can. That would be really, really nice, in my opinion. Okay, so let's see. What else can we do then? What can we actually call... Ah, no. Alright, so we're going to go with Oathkeeper here. I feel like that probably makes the most sense considering all the intricacies. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really... I would have liked to have called her, you know, Tarth, so that she could carry on the house's name after we, you know, destroy them. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure if that's even going to be possible, but let's actually just do that. Why not? It's been enough time, you know, we've been mulling over it for enough time now. So yes, she now has Meereen, and we're also going to be giving her Yunkai as well. So that is what we will do. As you can see, Meereen actually has 5,300. Wow, prosperity. That is extremely good. And there we go. Fantastic. All right, so she now has that. I have Valantis, Illyria, Astapor, and Lys, and we also have this one, obviously, as well. Unfortunately, that is just about to get taken. Let's see if we can get there in time to stop it. Oh, what do we have here? Look at this. We've literally got Trago after Montfort Velaryon right here. And he is, unfortunately, a little bit quicker. And so he was able to escape. That is actually very disappointing. I was hopeful that they would do that. But yeah, they did chase him off. No, never mind. They did actually take that. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. I was kind of hoping that maybe they would have been able to chase him off so that they didn't have the ability to capture Odivo before, you know, before we got there. But yeah, they did actually take that. I went right by them, by the way. They had a 900 strong army or something like that. So the garrison was actually able to deplete their forces quite significantly. But unfortunately, yeah. Not enough, and yeah, we're going to go straight on in. This is obviously a fief that we kind of know a little bit about, you know, it's kind of one of those fiefs that you generally tend to see, maybe not that much generally, but in this series, we've seen it, I think, twice now, so not that pleased about that, but what can you do? Sometimes you have to go where the action is. Oh, that was a nice hit. Wow, that was a very, very nice hit. I don't know how I even got a kill there, but yeah, sure. Guess that's nice. These guys, whoa, these guys are actually looking pretty good. They're actually looking pretty, whoa, okay. Yeah, giant arrows are insane, apparently. But yeah, we are going to be doing some heavy damage right here. Gonna just keep my shield out, just in case. I'm gonna turn my shield into a back protector in a quick second. You never know. Maybe it's going to be useful. I am taking some big damage here as well. Not exactly pleased about that, but, you know, generally, if it happens, it happens. There we go. Okay. What, really? A 2 versus 1? Not particularly pleased about that. There we go. Okay, nice. I don't really want to continue doing these 2 versus 1s or 1 versus 1s or anything like that. I want to just wade into the back line here and try to hit these guys in the back as much as possible. That is the best course of action that we can take here. As you can see, the enemy is really not having any real clue about what they need to do, which is fine. Perfect for me, because obviously we've just come here attempting to try to defend as much as possible. I have changed our war strategy as well, by the way. Our war strategy is now on offensive when it comes to the Vale, and it's on defensive when it is in regards to House Baratheon. So hopefully that's going to help us a great deal. I'm going to open up the gate. For some reason it's very far. Wow, this is pretty large tunnel here. Yeah, I'm hoping that's going to kind of break away a couple of enemy troops to go over to the main gate. That's going to be kind of nice. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Take out that guy, take out this one. And yes, our wife is here, by the way. Our wife is here. She's actually getting some kills, surprisingly enough. I actually don't even know. Does she have any gear? I didn't even realize that she had joined us yet. I didn't know how long it would take her to get here, but clearly she's here, so we will be having a look, you know, we'll have a look and we'll see. And that's going to be very interesting. So yeah, that's it. I believe that is a victory for us. Yes, it is. There you go. Nice and simple. 31 renown. Obviously, I'm not really caring about the renown at this point. We are mostly caring about what we can capture. That's the biggest thing here for us. Okay, so the question is, do we want to continue capturing these guys, or do we not? That's the thing. Because I obviously just let these guys go, but the thing is, do we want to capture them in future? I'm not sure. I don't know what's going to be the best play here. I think we're probably going to capture most of them, because they are inherently very, very, well, let's just say very vicious, you know. They're very, very vicious about what they're capable of here. Okay, so Aaron Knights, Aaron Horsemen, we can just sell these guys a little bit here. There we go. All right, that's absolutely fine. And then we can just convert a couple of these, sell those. Wonderful. All right, let's go to the trade screen. Let's see if there's any cash here. Obviously, you see, yeah, there's actually quite a lot. Okay, so once again, boom, look at that. Instantaneous cash. Really, really nice. And let's see what's happening. Okay, so Odivo obviously did get taken. I'm hopeful that we do have someone that is going to be taking that. Every single person is thinking at the moment. Roro is actually going to do it. So we are going to go over to Evenfall Hall. There's actually a siege going on here too. Okay, well, I don't really care about that too much. The only thing I really care about is trying to, shall we say, bite a piece out of the Vale's territory, because they are, well, they're clearly overconfident. You know, they're clearly way too overconfident. We're going to give this to Brienne as well, by the way. The best thing that I can really do here, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to try to form a path. I know that seems really, really weird, but I'm going to explain it in just a second. Okay, so here's the thing. Vassals, right? Vassals, and the way that ownership works in Bannerlord specifically is the fact that the game looks at what fiefs you have nearby. So, for example, let's say that, you know, because I have lease, generally, the game would want me to have Mer and Mirth and Aqueous Daean, as well as maybe Tyrosh and Lotus Bay. That's what the game would like me to have right there. Obviously, I'm over-exaggerating and oversimplifying the whole thing in general, but what I'm trying to say is, if you can give fiefs to a vassal that are going to be nearby the next fief, then it is going to dramatically increase the chances of them being on the ticket, as it were. Obviously, there are other factors to take into account, like, for example, if they have a significant amount of fiefs, and whether they do or not is obviously determined by, you know, other factors, but generally, that's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing right here, because we're making sure that our forces, our vassals, are as strong as they can be, gaining as much influence as possible, and generally having a good time. Alright, so we have a bit of a situation on our hands here. As you can see, we got Dawn. They are declaring war on us, and for some reason... yes, it's because she's joined us now, I suppose. Yeah, so there she is. She actually does have armor, by the way, and she has gear and all that stuff, so we don't even need to worry about her that much. And we're going to just get rid of a couple of these. And that's it. Okay, what we're going to do is we're just going to go straight in. We're just going to go straight in here, because we have an army of ours nearby, and they're going to help us. They're going to provide us with their troops and everything, and it's going to be very, very nice. I'm just going to let my forces go straight on in here. I'm just going to let them, you know, do a little bit of the grunt work, at least initially, and then we're going to be going in ourselves as well. I didn't really want to spend the time destroying the walls or anything like that, because if we do place a number of people in the garrison here, which I'm pretty sure we will, but if we do place some people, then I want the AI to have a hard time in retaking it, if it comes to that. Oh, Dothraki? Really? We're fighting Dothraki here? Why? That's weird. Okay. They must have, I don't know, defected or something like that. That's actually quite funny. All right, I'm going to switch to two-handed here against archers. That sounds like a great plan. And indeed, that does seem to be all she wrote. Let's just open up the gate here, make sure that there's no one hiding away, you know, because there's always going to be someone, isn't there? There's always going to be someone that decides that they want to make it a little bit more difficult for us. And, hello. Wow, this is a significant amount of people right here. Nice. Wow, that was some good kills. I like it. All right, so there you go. That's it. That's the victory for us right there. We did get 42 kills. Not too bad, considering. And Woon actually got 10, obviously, and you know, he's pretty big, right? So it's very, very difficult for him to get into these places. All right, so yeah, as I said before, I think what we're gonna do is we're pretty much just gonna be capturing every single person that we come up against now, and yeah, I'm not gonna take these prisoners. I'm not going to take these guys. There's really no point in that. I don't want to convert them, and I don't want to sell them because it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense at all. So yeah, we're just going to put a little bit of cash in here. Put that to irrigation, go into the trade screen, and now I can only hope, because we have given Brienne a fief relatively close by to where we are, that she is going to be on the ticket for Evenfall Hall. If she is, this is going to be fantastic, because it makes sense from, you know, lore perspective. But let's see. Oh, making peace. Are you serious? Making peace with House Baratheon? Sure. Why not? I don't really... it doesn't really matter to me. Brienne is the only one that doesn't want to do that. That is hilarious. I mean, I 100% agree with her, but we do have a lot of enemies right now, so... She's not on the ticket. Oh, okay. That's kind of sad. Oh well, never mind. I am going to be giving it to her in just a moment. It makes sense. And yeah, we're just going to make sure that she has ownership, rightful ownership of this. And yeah, then we're obviously going to be doing a bunch of other things by giving her more fiefs as we go into Westeros itself. And that's going to be very, very cool. Let's just take a quick look at the world map and just see exactly what's going on. And then we'll have a better idea as to where we're going to go next. Because obviously, look at this. We've got Dawn attacking us now. And it's been a while. They've gotten huge amounts of cash out of us over the years. Has it been years? I think it might have been years. And yeah, so as you can see, the Vale have indeed taken this castle, which I am not particularly pleased about. And indeed, we are trying to take Odivo back as well. And it is actually working. Look at that. They are actually going ahead and doing that, which is fantastic. So, the question now is, do we go for the Vale or do we go for Dawn? I don't know. Right now, Dawn is very close, and they are much closer than the Vale is. You know, we could go to the Weeping Town, for example. We could take the Weeping Town. We could take these various other castles in and around the area there. We could kind of teach them a bit of a lesson. Or we could go straight for Sunspear if we wanted to do that. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.